Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Salam Media. It is Friday evening, our favorite time of the week. You tuned into your favorite sports show with myself, Thaakir Dawood. I'm your host for this evening. I'm going to be taking you through a jam-packed schedule. We're going to be chatting all things sport and a little bit of technology and a little bit of cars. I mean, in the car space, there's been so much happening. South Africa's even moving electric. Yep, South Africa's moving electric. Go read up on about it, or you can stay tuned to us as we're going to be chatting to Nhlanhla Mazibuko. He's the founder of Mazibuko Motor Company, and they're one of the first, or let's say they are the first motor electric company in South Africa. Yep, that's first up. Then after that, an exciting one, a very special one. We're going to be chatting to the South African men's hockey team captain, Rassie Pieterse and Dayan Kasim, who's going to be telling us all about their Olympic aspirations and what exactly we as South Africans can do to help them get to the 2021 Olympics in Tokyo. Come on, South Africa, tune in. Let's make it happen. Let's make their dream come true. I mean, if we could ever have an impact in someone's lives, I think it would be theirs, because I have no doubt in them that they could do their best and represent South Africa, make us proud. And obviously, you'll be part of that journey as you would have aided them to get to Japan. Then we're going to be ending the show off with a very special woman, referee Akona Makalima. She is one of the first female referees in South Africa to referee a PSL match. She's going to be telling us all about her journey in sport officiating and what it takes to be a referee at the highest level. Well, that is your lineup for this evening. We're going to take a quick break. Do not move. Do not go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to be giving you all things motoring, sport, the hockey team. Don't move. Don't move. Just stay glued to your screens. We're going to be back right after this.
Media, humanitarian journalism.
Osman's Taj Mahal Spice and Rice. For over 80 years, Osman's Taj Mahal have been perfecting the art of the perfect blend of spices, pure, aromatic, and well-seasoned. Spices to tantalize your taste buds. From creative cuisines to gastronomical gourmet goodies, from exotic odors to traditional dishes, Osman's Taj Mahal have remained synonymous with quality spices and condiments. Taj Mahal rice, beans, and lentils. Try our range of chili bite mixes, rose and ilachi syrup, our quick and easy biryani pack, and our traditional range of spice blends. Osman's Taj Mahal. There is no substitute for quality.
A strip of land with over 2 million people blockaded for 13 years. Healthcare is on its knees, food is scarce, and water is inadequate. COVID has wreaked havoc in the lives of the people of Gaza. 53% of the population live below the poverty line. 80% of Gaza relies on external aid to survive. And 20,000 children are now orphans. The future is bleak. Please, don't forget Gaza. Donate now to Islamic Relief.
Salam Media, a global voice for humanity.
Assalamu alaikum. I hope you didn't move, because I clearly didn't. We're going to be chatting to Mazibuko Motor Company in just a bit. This is the first in South Africa, a motoring company right in South Africa. Electric. South Africa is futuristic. South Africa is the future. But now we're going to be chatting to the founder, and he's going to be telling us all about what it took to put a project like this together. I mean, this is massive for South Africa. Nhlanhla Mazibuko, the founder of Mazibuko Motor Company. Welcome to Salam Media, and thank you for joining me this evening on Friday Night Sports with myself, Thaakir Dawood.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, man. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show. I know that you're a busy man, and it's quite an honor to have you on the show this evening. Let's get straight into it.
Oh, man.
Tell me so much about this company, man. I'm so interested, dude. Like, where did your concept come from? How did it originate? And implementing something like this in South Africa that could benefit the South African public, how did this concept come about?
I think with most companies, basically, well, I've been an entrepreneur for a number of years now, but with most companies, it all started from frustration. You know, I love tech, I love technology, and I love cars. So I've always had the passion for electric cars, and I thought that by now South Africa would have them. And I'm very passionate about climate change and global warming. So I really thought that by now we'd have those cars, but we didn't. I remember back in 2016 or 18 when Elon Musk announced that we're going to have the Model 3 come this side, and then that didn't happen. So I think out of that frustration, I was like, you know what, we need to do something on our end. We need to push South Africa forward because we're still producing internal combustion engine cars that are phasing out. I mean, 60% of our production that happens in South Africa goes to the EU, Europe, and UK, and those guys are phasing out electric internal combustion engine. So I looked at this and I was like, I couldn't mistake South Africa is going to lose jobs. What are we going to do? And we can't wait for these big company cars that make all of the decisions, but they're not South African. So I guess from there, I just decided, you know what, let me try it out. Let's see whether we can do it on our own.
Look, I think it's quite interesting, and it's definitely something that South Africa needs to invest more time into just getting your concept and your just. How has this been accepted by South Africans and your fellow colleagues in the motor industry? What's the reception been from them?
So now, as we're doing this on a Friday the 12th, so far so good. I think we've launched last week Tuesday, and the response has been great, especially from South Africans. You know, it shows that this is something that people have always wanted. And you know that our country is in a very bad state right now, so we need something that can bring us together, that we can build together and move us forward. So far so good. I think the response has been great, even from the conference that we did, the e-mobility Congress of South Africa. The response was perfect. It was great. We're getting people going to our website, signing up to be on the waiting list. The response has been super great.
And you talked about togetherness, and you harped on the fact of together and as a country. I've done some research on your website and I've been looking around, and I've seen that there's actually opportunities for South Africa to invest in your concept and in your business. How does that work?
Yes, so right now we have two things. We have a crowdfunding campaign, so that's for anything above $50, $1,000. You can just go there and support us that way. But also we have the seed round that is open. If people actually want to invest and own shares in the company, then they can do that. We have a seed round that's open, and they can contact us and take it from there. You know, because starting a car company is not cheap. I think that's why there's not a lot of people entering it, because it needs a lot of capital upfront before you could even sell a single product. So we're trying to at least raise up some money so that we can start our sales development and get into production.
You spoke about production now, and quite an interesting thing for me is the fact that South Africans, most of our cars are mass produced, and the fact that you offer in such a niche product that would be very new to the market. What would the pricing comparisons be compared to other, let's say, a more well-known car producer in South Africa? Would the ordinary South African be able to afford this?
Not right off the bat. Definitely not right off the bat. I think the problem right now that we have with electric cars is the battery price. And even though our model, even though we went with a bakkie because it's something that South Africans are similar with and something that I know the South African that I'm passionate about and that I love, I feel like I can relate to. But the battery prices are very high. So we see if we could compare that to, let's say, the top two selling bakkies, the higher specs, I think, would be 30% higher than them, but it won't be that much.
Interesting. I'm certain that is quite competitive. I mean, 30% extra to compete with, to support a South African company. A lot of people would actually do this. I mean, the MB1, this is one that a lot of South Africans are interested in. Tell us more about this bakkie in specific. This one got me excited, and this is what got me going to want to speak to you about this.
Okay, so our bakkie it's obviously electric. It has two motors, 250 kilowatts each, so that's 500 kilowatts. It's going to be the most powerful bakkie in Africa, by the way. And then we have a battery pack that sits at the bottom, the 120 kilowatt hour. And then with that battery pack, you can get a range of around 400 kilometers. Because I think with most electric cars, people are always worried about the range. How far can I drive without needing to charge? All those things. So South Africa is not that big of it's a huge country, yes, but compared to the US and other countries, not that big. So our range right now from our models that we've done, computer models, gives us around 400k. But we're very confident that once we start building this thing out and testing it, we can get way more than that. Well, not way more than that, but around 450 to close to 500, and we think that's sufficient.
No, that's quite interesting. And I mean, for the rough and tough guys that obviously want to use the bakkie for the purpose that bakkies are made, we do know that South Africans have various interests in why they want to use their bakkies. Would it be good for off-road usage? Do you think that South Africans can use it for that purposes?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's why we went with the bakkie, because we wanted something that can be off-roading, something that could take to your farms or even our bed roads. South Africa doesn't have that much good roads, so that's why we went for bakkie. It's going to be strong and durable. Right now, we're talking with very good suppliers and very good contract manufacturers. We're not just picking these things out of the shelf. We're going for premium materials so that it can at least that price of the battery. Then you know that even though you're paying a premium, but the quality as well would also be a premium, can reflect your price.
Nice. And for the ordinary South Africans out there that obviously haven't been to your website as yet and don't know much about the company and the cars as a whole, could you possibly just share some contact details and some social information where they can get a hold of you and your company and read up more about you guys?
Yeah, so the website is mazibukomotors.com, on Twitter Mazibuko Motors, Instagram Mazibuko Motors, Facebook Mazibuko Motors, LinkedIn Mazibuko Motors. So it's the same throughout. If you can go to our website, all the information is there. Whether you want to invest, just to get in touch, waiting list, everything for now it's there, and we keep on updating it. And with every new news that we do, new partnerships that we get, we announce on our website.
Nice. I mean, it's quite easy for anybody to get hold of you. Brandon 101, you hit the nail on the head. Well, yeah. Mazibuko Motor Company taking South Africa by storm, giving South Africa and Africa the most powerful bakkie ever. Nhlanhla, thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the motor industry and uplifting and creating a better South Africa for all of us. Your contribution will definitely be seen in the generations to come. I thank you so much for your time this evening.
No, thank you guys, and hopefully we can see you later in the year once we showcase our prototype.
Well, definitely. I want to be the first to drive in one of your electric cars. So do not forget me when you guys go global. And I mean, when you hit the stock exchange markets one day, don't forget about me. Remember that I was one of the first to interview you.
I'll do that.
Well, that was Nhlanhla Mazibuko, the founder of Mazibuko Motor Company, telling us all about Africa's first electric bakkie and the most powerful bakkie on the African continent. Well, this is something that everybody needs to check out. I mean, they've got an amazing website. For those of you that are interested in investing in a project like this, they do have options on their website to invest. You can put yourself on the waiting list as well to be the first in Africa to get this bakkie. Guys, this is an opportunity not to be slept on. Well, we're going to go to a quick break. When we do come back, we're going to be chatting to Rassie Pieterse, the South African hockey captain. He's going to be telling us all about their aspirations to go to Tokyo 2021. Well, after the break, we're going to be chatting to them. Stay tuned to Salam Media.